Hello guys, Josh MC2000 here, and today we got a video on Doomsday Clock issue 9 out of 12. Yeah, that's it. It's finally here, god damn it. After delay, after delay, after delay, we have issue 9 of Doomsday Clock, and god, was it worth the wait. I mean, everyone's in this, pretty much nearly everybody's in this. Justice League Dark's in this, Justice League's in this. I mean, hell, even the Question. The Question is in this comic. And he appears in another comic as well this week that I want to talk about. And god, it's glorious. Hang on, give me a minute while I just kind of like tell you about why the Question is such a wonderful character. A little bit of a segue. The Question is essentially what Rorschach was based upon. It was a character that had the rights brought. DC brought the rights to it a good long while ago. I don't remember the exact date. Round about the same sort of time as Watchmen was made, or I don't know. Probably sometime. Round about the same sort of time as Watchmen was made. I believe, don't quote me, I may not be right, I haven't researched any of this, I'm just recording it off the cuff. Please correct me down in the comments if I am wrong. Basically, Rorschach was based on Question, and like, there were some other characters that came over with Question that was based upon. Because the original plan for Watchmen was Alan Moore was going to use those characters, but DC was kind of like, we don't really want you to, Al, we got other plans. Can you kind of base other characters off of them? You know, can you create other characters based off of them? And such, Rorschach became a thing. But the Question in his own right is just a wonderful character. I mean, he was in, I think, Justice League Unlimited with Huntress, and he was just... He was only in it for a couple of episodes, but he was just a joy to watch. And honestly, he's had his own comic book series, I think, probably sometime in the 90s, I think. Possibly, like, I don't think he's had anything of his own in the 2000s kind of era. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I do want some more Question to read. So hopefully we get Question at some point. So, last week was Constantine's week to shine, this week it's Questions. Yeah, a few weeks ago, not last week, but I think a few weeks ago, I had 2 issues with Constantine in. Completely unrelated things to Constantine, but he was in them. Same sort of thing with Question. And for this Batman issue, it's the same kind of deal. Question is basically talking to Catwoman. I think it's supposed to be in Batman's head or some kind of dream or something. And basically Question's kind of like interrogating her because he's trying to find out why Catwoman kind of broke up with him and kind of blew him off at the altar like she did. And I essentially have no idea why. If this is in Batman's mind, I essentially have no idea why the Question is here. Why would it be the Question that's doing this? Like, I have no idea. I mean, has Batman even interacted with the Question in Rebirth? I don't know. I question it now, but it's glorious, okay? I love having the original Question back. I'm so glad. He's in Doomsday Clock. He's in this. I hope he doesn't die in Doomsday Clock, because Doomsday Clock is just, oh man. But anyway, what am I doing? I've segued into talking about Batman. Oh, hey. I've segued into talking about Batman 66. What am I doing? We're meant to be reviewing Doomsday Clock. Wrong video. Okay, so that embarrassing little segue away. Doomsday Clock. How was it? Okay, Doomsday Clock issue 9. Essentially, everybody goes to Mars to confront Manhattan. You have the Justice League Dark on one transport, you have the Bat Family on one transport, minus Batman because he's out of play, so is Superman because of the events that happened in issue 8. I'm not going to spoil those for you. I don't believe I reviewed issue 8. But essentially, Firestorm, Dr. Manhattan used Firestorm as a fall guy to essentially try and get rid of Superman. because he sees like visions of Superman destroying like creation, him and Superman fighting and it kind of destroying creation, because he just sees black, he doesn't see anything after that. And if any of you know Watchmen and know Dr. Manhattan, you know he can see the future, he can see the past, he can see all of time. Time's kind of like a little bit of a picnic garden to him. He's like, oh, a little bit of future, a little bit of past, a little bit of present. Like he can pick and choose what he sees. He can call stuff out, and it's kind of why his personality's kind of weird. Because it's a bit like he'll be like, in 15 minutes from now, you will say this. Like, and it's a bit like the scene in Watchmen where he opens up to Corey is like, no, not Corey. Oh crap. Corey's also in this. She gets a cameo as well. Sorry, I just have all these cameos on my brain. Even Jason gets a cameo in the background. He's wearing his normal costume, which felt weird, considering that we've had such a focus on his new costume. Seeing him in the background there wearing his normal one, it kind of makes me question, because DC is trying to catch up to where Doomsday Clock is, essentially. Everything in DC is trying to catch up to where Doomsday Clock is. This Doomsday Clock is, I think it's like 10 years canonically in the future, which could be God knows how long in real terms. But canonically, it's like 10 years in the future, I believe. I think something like that. Canonically, it's in the future somewhere in DC. To what I believe. For some reason, I have this figure in my head of 10 years. I don't know why, but canonically, it's several years in the future. Whether that equates to 10 real years, or if that equates to God knows how many years real. But essentially, so we're trying to catch up to there. So, are we gonna have Jason get his old costume back at some point? Well, it's inevitable we will, but it's like, at what point does that happen? And I mean, at what point is he on good enough terms with the Bat family to get on a spacecraft and go to Mars with them? That's another thing I'm interested in. Or did he kind of just get clipped around the ear and dragged, kind of thing? So essentially, they all go to fight Manhattan, and there's a confrontation. They all hit them with as good as they got, but it's not good enough. And essentially, the issue ends with Manhattan kind of standing over like loads of essentially dead heroes. You don't find out who's dead yet, but it implies that there have been some fatalities. And we're not talking the Mortal Kombat fatalities. We are talking disintegrated. We are talking Rorschach from the end of the original Watchmen. Speaking of Rorschach, we don't get much of him in this issue, the new Rorschach anyway. We get, I think, a couple of panels of him, and I think it implies Batman's gone to find him, because Batman realizes, oh, I should have listened to him. Crap. Like, he was trying to tell me about Manhattan, and I wasn't listening to him, I wasn't having it, I just thought he was a crazy guy. So I think it implies he's gone out to find Rorschach. So we're going to be getting Batman and Rorschach teaming up, I think, in a few issues' time. And also we're going to be getting the actual body count from Manhattan's Havewan. Havewan? What was that? That's not even English. Excuse me. That's Havewan. I've done it again. Hand wave. It took me 2 minutes straight to say hand wave. Oh God. From the blue man's hand wave. Like, the purple man Thanos has a snap. Our boy at DC has a hand wave. So we're gonna see how many people actually don't make it out alive. I'm hoping Question doesn't die, because I want to see Question in more things. Seeing Question in these 2 issues this week was glorious. Essentially, okay, I'm not sure if I should do another video on... I don't think I should do another video on Batman 66, because I've essentially covered the meat and potatoes in this. So, yeah, I'm not going to do a video on Batman 66. Sorry. Next one I'm going to do a video on is either Cosmic Ghost Rider destroys the Marvel. Well, it's probably going to be Cosmic Ghost Rider. Depending how many other videos I do depends on my time and my editing. Or you might get them pop up randomly in a few weeks' time, or like interspersed throughout the week if I schedule them. Anyway, guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.